Everybody ready? Good morning, everybody, members of the media. I'm Chief Jeff Madry, the Chief of Department for the NYPD. Standing here with me is Joe Kitty, our Chief of Detectives, John Shell, our Chief of Patrol, Kevin Williams, our Assistant Chief of Patrol Borough Queens South, Dr. Kleiman, our Chief Department Surgeon, Pat Hendry, our PBA President, and Dr. Defoe from Jamaica Hospital. Now, before I get into the details of this terrible event this morning, I do want to thank Jamaica Hospital and Dr. Defoe for the treatment she gave our officers. Unfortunately, we're frequent customers here at Jamaica Hospital, and they're always extremely professional and to give our cops the best care. So thank you to Jamaica Hospital. But this morning, at about 5:10 a.m., in the Far Rockaway section of Queens, in the 101 precinct, members from the 101 precinct received a 911 call of assault in progress, where basically a young female caller stated that her cousin is killing her family members. Two of our members from the 101 precinct, a 28-year veteran, a 16-year veteran, and a marked vehicle doing patrol, responded to the location. As they get to the location on East 22nd Street, and the specific address they were responding to was 467 22nd Street, the officers pull up to the block, and I just kind of want to set the stage for you. It's a residential block with homes on it, with apartments, with private houses. But at this particular location, it's a driveway, and you go up the driveway, and when you get to the end of the driveway, there's another 4 or 5 private homes there, 2-family homes there. So it's like a little residential community in a residential community. So our officers, they pull up to the driveway. As they get to the driveway, they see a male walking out. He's carrying luggage. Our officers asked the male a question or two, an encounter that lasted about 10 seconds, where the male draws a knife on our officers. He stabs one officer in the neck, chest area. He strikes the second officer in the head. Our 28-year veteran is able to draw his firearm. He's able to discharge his weapon to stop the assault, and he was able to stop the perpetrator. Our 2 officers were removed to a local hospital, Jamaica Hospital. Our perpetrator was removed to a local hospital, and he's since been pronounced dead on arrival. As responding units came to remove the officers and continue the investigation, they go to the location. At the location, there's a young child laying in front of the house, and that young child died of her injuries. They were not able to enter the home because there was a fire inside the living room, the foyer area. FDNY responded. They were able to put out the fire. Another person from the home was removed to a local area hospital who was in likely condition at this time. And once the fire was extinguished and we were able to get into the apartment, we found another 3 victims, all dead. We believe everyone who is dead, the family members, the 4 family members, were all because of stab wounds. So at this time, we'll continue this investigation with our crime scene unit, Queens South Homicide, and the 101 detectives. At the scene, the weapon that was used to injure the officers, a typical kitchen steak knife. And at this time, this is the only weapon we recovered. So as part of the investigation, we'll determine if this was the weapon that was used to harm all the victims. At this time, I'll take any questions.
Can you talk to us about the one who attacked the 2 cops? Does he have a history with the department? Is he known to the department?
Yes, I'm going to let the Chief of Detectives, Joe Kinney, take that question.
Yes, at this point, the perpetrator has been identified as a Mr. Courtney Gordon. He's a male, 38 years old. He has 1 prior arrest, and that was for a strangulation domestic violence incident that took place in the Bronx. All right, he has nothing, any history or any contact with the police that bring us back to this location on Beach 22 Street. It seems he's a Bronx resident that was visiting family members at this location.
Do you know what triggered this rampage?
At this point, no, we do not. We do have the 911 caller is back at the 101 station house. being interviewed. They may be able to shed some light on what occurred, but at this point, it's still the investigation's ongoing.
Do you have any ages or names on the family members?
We're not going to be releasing the names based on, we still have to make some notifications, but we have a male 12-year-old, a female 44-year-old, and a male in his 30s were found inside 2 back bedrooms of the location. You have the female 11-year-old was found in front of the location, transported to Cohen's Children's Hospital, where unfortunately she passed away. We have a female 61-year-old who is currently at Mount Sinai Hospital in likely condition, suffering from multiple stab wounds.
Can you talk about the fire? What was used to create the fire?
It seems that he lit the couch at the front of the location on fire as he was leaving.
So it's all family.
At this point, like I said, we're still going through. We're still vetting and confirming identifications, but it seems to all be family relations.
I would take last question.
So you mentioned one still likely. So are there 3 family members dead? The stabber is another family member who's dead. And so there's one more in critical condition?
You have one more in critical condition. You have 4 DOA, 1 in critical condition. You have the stabber, the perpetrator, is dead as well.
Did he say anything to the police officers when you said there was a short exchange?
Yes.
Yes.
In the driveway?
Yes. When the officers arrived to the location, they observed the male walking out with luggage. And the officers, they engaged him in basically a casual conversation. Hey, did you hear anything? Do you know what's going on? And the male kind of nodded, and then he drew a knife from off his person, and he immediately attacked both officers, slashing the first officer in the neck and the second officer in the head. They're doing all right. I mean, again, Dr. Defoe provided excellent care. Our department surgeon, Dr. Kleiman, is here. He's saying that they will walk out of here, that they'll be okay. But listen, these are 2, experienced police officers, a 28-year veteran, a 16-year veteran, working the midnight shift in the Rockaways. I really have to commend them. They did an excellent job. They could easily let this person walk past them with his luggage. Instead, they stopped, asked a couple of questions, tried to gain some intel before they walked right up in there. Unfortunately, they were met with the perpetrator in this incident, and he went right at him.
All right, before we close down, we're going to hear from PDA President.
We're truly thankful that our police officers are going to be okay because of the medical staff, the entire staff here at Jamaica Hospital. This shows that police officers never know what they're responding to, what's awaiting for them on that scene. This scene was chaos, multiple victims, a house on fire, and a madman on a rampage, on a mission. And thankful that these police officers showed up. Imagine what could have happened if these police officers weren't there. This madman tried to kill, after he killed others, a New York City police officer. The skill that this police officer had, shooting and stopping the threat after he was being stabbed. Unbelievable skill. I know both these police officers personally. An unbelievable job. True professionals. Just great men who were doing their job. And again, thank God they were there. Those who say that police officers shouldn't be out on our street, I say to them, thank God that these police officers responded. How many more victims could there have been if these skilled, professional police officers did not show up to this scene?
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your time and attention. Thank you.